Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. It's isiforex. Again, please do well to like, subscribe, comment, and if you love the trades I take, do well to like, subscribe, comment, and that's it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Welcome to my channel. I'll be doing my forecast for the week, and what we're expecting to see for the week on these various pairs, starting with USDCAD. Doing it within less than 10 minutes. Please do well to listen. Analysis is very easy. I've trained my forex students, as I've always said. Analysis is very easy. Don't complicate your charts. Just look at what you're seeing in the market, and it's very easy. So basically, from the weekly time frame, the USD card, or in a general bearish market, we are falling to the downside. Generally bearish. We go down to the daily. What do we see? In the previous daily, we saw that market rejected this price point here. Market shot to the upside to retest a particular neckline, which was this, and most likely we're expecting this sale in the market. Go down to the 4-hour time frame. What do we see in the 4-hour time frame? We've seen the contraction at this price point here, the first rejection and the second rejection. So most likely price is pushing to the downside, and price is going to break this bearish flag pattern to the downside. So what else did I see? Then I took a trade just right now. I took a trade right now, so that you guys are going to know my position in the markets. I'll be dropping my results on my IG. If I take a loss, I'll still drop it there. Follow me on isiforex. That's how easy it is. isiforex, that's my YouTube channel, and here, expecting this break to the downside. Took my sale. Stop loss right above this high candlestick is about 29 pips. Profit target is about 93 pips. Yeah, that's about a ratio of 3.22. So that's it, guys. I'm expecting this break of this structure. See the contraction. So clean. So most likely I know we're going to be breaking the downside. That's it on USD card. And then over to NZDCHF. Over to NZDCHF. NZDCHF, we've seen that from the weekly time frame we've had our bearish rejections. So most likely we are pushing to the downside in the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame is generally bearish. Go over to the daily, we can see price giving us a clean push to the downside. A clean push to the downside in the daily time frame. Sorry for keeping that chart with it. Clean push to the downside in the daily time frame. See the daily time frame, you can actually see the clean push to the downside. First rejection from this supply zone. First rejection, second rejection, price pushing to the downside. Although remember my previous video, with which I'll leave the link in the description, I took a trade and trade completed today. I held it all through the week. So the trade completed today. So like what I said was this: as this new week is starting, we're expecting a little pull back to the upside, probably to this price point here, and then a sell to the downside because it's generally bearish. So that's what we're expecting to see, but I won't take that bias. I'll rather take the sales because I think that's more sure, and I'll confidently take the sales rather than the buy because we're generally bearish in the market. So most likely price may reject to this point here, to this inside bar here. Price may be rejecting to this inside bar level, this inside bar here. I hope you guys know what inside bar is. Make another video for that. This bar here at this point, price may be rejecting to this price point here, and then we expect to see this pullback to the downside. Most likely, that's what I'm expecting to see on that pair. So we'll go over to another pair, which is the USDCHF. Wait, I didn't save my chart. Sorry, I won the trade. That was a good one there. So go back to USDCHF. USDCHF. Okay, in the USDCHF, remember from what I said, from starting from the weekly time frame, the top down analysis is king. And what did I see from the weekly time frame? I saw price generally ranging for a whole long time period of time. Price was just ranging and ranging and ranging, just so much noise. And then price finally broke to the downside. And then we're in a kind of contraction triangle point where price was like this. Where price was like this, contracting, contracting, contracting. So I think around there I saw serious contraction. So I knew that we're going to have a little pull to the upside at this point here. I knew that we're going to have a little rejection at this general point here before we push in the weekly down to the downside. So what did I do? Going down to the daily time frame. What did I see in the daily time frame? Because the triangle was now little. So in the daily time frame, I saw that we had a bullish flag pattern. So I know most likely we are going to break that bullish flag pattern to the upside to our previous supply zone. So I knew that we're going to break out to the previous supply zone before we start having rejections to the downside. Go over to the 4-hour time frame. Then I saw this contraction at this price point. So I saw this contraction around here. Saw this contraction there. As I saw the contraction, I knew that most likely we're going to push to the upside. The contraction started from here. I saw the rejections around here, around this zone here. So I think that's when I took my trade there at that point, expecting price to push to the upside. Expecting that price would push to the upside, I took that trade. Sometimes it's good to always take your trade and watch it. But I wasn't watching the trade, so I got stopped out. I got taken out of this trade before price finally went in my alpha direction. So as a guy, I took a loss, although on that trade was about 18 pips loss. We'll move over to the next pair, which is the EURGBP. EURGBP has been in an expanding channel. As you can see, EURGBP has been in an expanding channel. The channel has been expanding. So most likely for now, although for now we are bearish on that pair for now. So most likely expecting a sell from this pair. Go over to the daily. We saw the rejection from this in the previous week. We saw the rejection from this point here. So price pushed to the downside as I predicted. I knew that price was going to at least come down to this previous demand zone. So we sold down to the downside and look at it. So most likely at this point I might be expecting price to go bullish from the daily, because the previous Friday closed with a bullish proper reversal candlestick. So most likely go over to the 4-hour time frame. But some people say since we are overall bearish that we should rather look for sales than buys. But I just feel like, I did close out. I didn't hold EURGBP trade over the weekend. I did close out, but although not at this sharp price point, I closed out on about 40 plus pips in the second entry. Now I trade the player well. So most likely expecting a buy for now, because we've broken this channel. Look at this. Look at these guys. We've broken this channel. We did break this channel. We've broken this channel. We've broken this channel. So most likely price will be moving up to at least these price points before we start having the rejections for the week. Because of these points here, we'll start having the pullback for the week where price will push to the downside. So most likely that's what I'm expecting on EURGBP. And then we finally move over to the last pair, which is the GBPUSD. For the previous week, I've been having losses on GBPUSD. I don't know if it's because of wrong analysis. So GBPUSD has been in a general downtrend weekly. We move over to the daily. From the daily time frame, we can see that GBPUSD broke the bearish flag pattern and is still pushing to the downside. GBPUSD broke the bullish pattern, the bearish flag pattern, and is pushing to the downside. So see what happened here. We had these points where it came down, it rejected, went back up to retest this level here, then pushed to the downside. I was expecting a little pullback before it would drop, but guess what, that didn't happen. So took a loss on that pair. Minimal stop loss, that's what keeps you long in the game. Go down to the 4-hour time frame. What am I seeing in the 4-hour time frame? I think I took with 25 point something pip stop loss. I took that loss. So most likely this week on GBPUSD, I'm expecting a buy. But we're generally bearish. But I'm expecting a buy because of these price points where we are in a serious demand zone. So most likely expecting, and this is the beginning of the week, so must have a weekly rejection. Most likely expecting price to come up to around this point, retest this trend line or this point here before we have that push to the downside. We'll have that push to the downside of this trade. So that's what I'm expecting. The GBPUSD. Go over to the 1-hour time frame. You can actually see the clear bullish formation from the 1-hour time frame. Let's see if we can cater for this price trends so that we'll know where we are in the market. Exactly. Exactly. So we can actually see this from this point that price is rejecting this point here. The downward move, the push to the upside, the downward move. Now I'm expecting this push for the weekly. Then finally that drop. I hope you are learning something here, guys. That's why I love trends in trends. It makes me know where we are in the market. So most likely expecting a push to the downside. So I might most likely be buying this pair up to this price point here. I might be buying depending on what I see. Remember, we trade what we see. I might be buying this pair to the upside with my stop loss, minimum 15 pip stop loss. 13.5 pips at least up to this price point here. With about 67 pips TP. Depending on what I keep on seeing. I might be buying this pair because around here we'll reject to the downside. Testing this previous candlestick, this previous low, previous swing low here, which is this point here. Previous swing low, which is this price point here. Most likely price will come to retest this level here, and then we'll have that sharp drop again to the downside. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something, and trade with the direction of the market. Don't take counter trend trades, which is not proper and it's risky for beginners, most likely risky for beginners. Trade with the market and we'll have a successful week ahead. Have a beautiful week ahead. Thank you. Do well to check my link. Join my free Telegram group where I drop my updates, such as my entries and trades I've taken. Also, follow me on isiforex. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks. Peace out.